Morning, the weekend airstrikes in Iran are raising the stakes for Americans here at home.
That's right. The Department of Homeland Security is now warning of heightened threats here in the U.S. Our Dan Kennedy following all of this for us this morning. So, Dan, what kind of threats are officials fearing right now?
Well, the department says that low-level cyber attacks against U.S. networks are likely. This new bulletin also warned of the possibility of more anti-Semitic attacks in this country. President Trump today is planning to meet with his national security team for more on this. It comes after U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities over the weekend. Iran's army commander warns a strong response is in the works. It is unclear, though, if the U.S. will face an escalating military conflict with Iran. Some demonstrators in Tehran, as you see here, are demanding their country respond. The U.S. ambassador to the UN had this warning for Iran Sunday during an emergency meeting.
Let us be clear. Iran should not escalate. As President Trump said, any Iranian attack, direct or indirect, against Americans or American bases will be met with devastating retaliation.
Iranian leaders say they are skeptical about diplomacy right now. President Trump says he wants them to stand down and make peace with Israel. Otherwise, he's floating a regime change. The War Powers Act, by the way, allows the president to use military force for 60 days. But Aisha and Jonathan, only Congress can declare war.
All right, Dan, thank you for that update and perspective there. And some Georgia leaders are calling the airstrikes on Iran a success,
while others are not so certain this was the right move. 11 Alive Stephanie Chaynock joining us live from the Capitol this morning. So, Steph, what's really interesting is that even some Republicans that we normally see supporting President Trump don't seem to be on board with this.
That's right, Jonathan and Aisha. So before these airstrikes even took off over the weekend from the U.S. to Iran, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, a big Trump supporter, not on board with this. She also warned against the U.S. even getting involved from the get-go. Well, Taylor Greene posts to her X account saying that she does not want to see any foreign wars and that she has always voted no to America paying for them or fighting in them. Now, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, though, calling Trump's move a successful operation and even thanking the president for releasing the military airstrikes on Iran's 3 nuclear sites. Now, Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff is calling for a full briefing while offering prayers for deployed service members, while other local lawmakers more blunt on their disapproval of the airstrike, like Representative Nikema Williams, who calls this move by President Trump unconstitutional.
This is not a committee. Imagine trying to go and negotiate with 400 plus members of Congress whether the United States should defend themselves.
Be prepared for how Iran chooses to respond to this. And then we need to be prepared for the fact that there might need to be a response to the response that might actually require a greater mobilization.
Yeah, so amongst lawmakers, divide clearly regarding President Trump's decision to move forward with these strikes. Still ahead, we're going to hear from the Georgia Insurance Commissioner, John King. He talks about what he thinks should and should not have happened and why he's saying Iran has now been, quote, held accountable. Live from State Capitol, I'm Stephanie Chaynock, 11 Alive News.